Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us. This is Afrik 24, your 24-hour YouTube channel, and this is Top Story 60 Minutes with me, your host, Alex Ogega. So, thank you for joining me. The ones who are joining from X, the ones who are joining from Facebook, thank you. You're all welcome, and let's have a great time. Let's discuss politics here on the show. You're welcome. So, yes, we begin the show today with a lot of top stories that are happening inside the country. So I am yet to let me play the first video. Of course, we saw what happened to the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua on the Mashujaa Day. He talked about so many things. He spoke about President William Ruto being very vicious. He spoke about him coming after his family. He said his life is in danger. His security was withdrawn. And there is a lot of political tension in the country. So people are asking themselves, which country is this that we are living in? What are we seeing? And first of all, what I can say is the deputy president cannot come out and tell us that he did not know that the president can be this vicious. He knew exactly the president can be very vicious from what we have seen in the past history, the things that he has done. So the thing is, Rigathi never expected Ruto to be this vicious to him because he said he supported Ruto when no one else did. He said he had been put through trial and temptations, trial and tribulations because of President William Ruto. He said he had lost respect, he had been persecuted, he has been through a lot of things because of Ruto, and he felt like it's betrayal, somebody to come and impeach you and do all these things to you, and this is the person that you supported, whom you gave all your support to go and win the elections. But so as Nyashinsky famously said in his song, many people will come out and say they made you, but if they made you, why can't they make themselves? So I think that's the question Rigiji should be asking himself. In 2017, he said he made Uhuru to be president. He picked him from a bar. He was a drunkard, and he created the person whom we saw as our president. So if he created Uhuru and he said he also created Ruto because he knows how to galvanize people to go and vote, why can't he galvanize people, mobilize the MPs, the people wherever to come out and vote for himself? So the same energy he used to build others, he can use to build himself. But before that, there's some videos I want us to watch from the top stories. The first story is Morara Kebaso. Morara Kebaso has something to say. So let's get what he had to say.
It is very sad that the culture of political violence is still in this country. On Saturday, we had gone to Ololulunga Market in Narok County. We had just left Narok Referral Hospital where money was stolen. We went to Uhuru Market. In Narok Town, we were attacked. And it was a team led by a guy called Booster. A guy called Booster Olekisio. He is a goon for the governor of Narok. The governor of Narok is the one who sent this guy called Booster Olekisio to lead a team of goons to attack us. They attacked us in Narok Town and followed us to Masai Mara University. We escaped and went to Ololulunga. Now when we went to Ololulunga, we had gone there to see the Ololulunga Hospital and then the Ololulunga Market. Just after we seen Ololulunga Market, as we are turning into the tarmac, we find more than 50 motorbikes and more than 100 people with machetes, with the pangas, with the rungus, waiting to attack us and having blocked the road. They even had arrows. We had to make a U-turn on the highway and start running. And because I was able to go faster, I was hid in a Maasai homestead before I later found police rescue But the rest of my friends were not very lucky. The vehicles that they were in, one of them got a tire burst, so they stopped on the road, and the other, when it's decided to make a turn kuja kuwasaidia, it also swerved into a ditch. So this gentleman was hurt. As you can see, his head has been stitched, aligongwa kichwa, and he also has an injury here. He also has another injury here. You can see how black it is. And this lady also has an injury on her hand, and they were threatening to rape her. Now, I don't think that those people were Maasais, because the culture of the Maasai is not that way. But these are people that were mobilized, and they were lied to. The person who mobilized them and gave them money told them that kuna wezi wa madawa ya hospitali, tuende tukawapige. So these people were lied to, because I've spoken to some of them. I sent a team to the ground to go and find out what was happening. And the Maasai people don't have a problem at all. In fact, the people of Narok County have encouraged me to keep telling them the truth and to do vampire diaries in Narok County and show them how projects have stalled and money has been stolen. Because if there is a county that is a crime scene, Narok is a crime scene. In fact, most of the money is stolen through revenue collection, not even through expenditure. So it is very sad that a state official can choose to do this, and using his official government vehicle that is bought by Kenyan taxes to carry goons and come and attack. And one of the goons that actually were trying to tell this lady that, you know, we will rape you, and even recorded a video of her, is that guy called Ole Kisio, together with the goons that they were with. So I'm calling out the governor of Narok. I know that he is working very closely with the President William Ruto, and that the president is very much aware of what happened. Right now, my life is in danger because there is a team of flying squad officers that has been dispatched from Narok, and the Narok County commander knows this. There's a team of these officers called flying squad that has been dispatched from Narok to look for me, to track me down and maybe shoot or whatever it is that they've been told to do. I also know that there's a team that has been formed under DCI called SSU, the Special Service Unit, whose particular purpose is to track me down and kill me. I know that they've been looking for houses near my house where I live in Ruiru. I've been told this because I was in the real estate business before I began this business of good governance. And some of them have been looking for houses near my house so they can be monitoring me. Because they were telling brokers that tutafutie nyumba yoyote tu, hata kama ni 3 bedroom, hata kama ni 2 bedroom, hata kama ni bed sitter, bora ni hapa, isikue kwingine. So it's okay. We are aware of the plans of the enemy. The only thing we can do, because we don't have political power, is to tell them this. Governor Lentutu, I'm like your son. I'm the age of your son. Mi ni rika ya mtoto wako. Can you please spare our lives?
So yes, that is Gen Z activist Morara Kebaso on his vampire diaries in Narok, and he went to do civic education as he always does. He goes to expose the government projects which have been launched and they haven't been actualized, they haven't been finished. So there's been a lot of impunity in the country for the longest time ever, where projects are always launched from one county to another and they are not finished. So Morara Kebaso chose to come up with the Vampire Diaries series where he exposes the country, and he has been doing that for a while, for ever since the start of the Gen Z protest. He has become the internet sensation. He has been exposing the government projects from Nyandarua to Nyahururu to Western to Budalangi, all over the country has been exposing those projects, and people are loving what he's doing. People are loving what he's doing. Penny, how are you?
I'm good, yeah, man.
Uko salama Penny?
Niko salama sana.
Unaendelea aje US? US iko vipi?
Salama salameni.
Hata huku Kenya tuko salama.
Okay.
Tunachambua tu siasa polepole.
Hiyo mzuri.
So hata umekuja tukianza, kuna video hapa ya Morara nilikuwa nacheza, wacha niweke utizame.
Unajua mimi ni yango ya Morara waniwekea hiyo, that's my new name.
Let me play the video.
It is very sad that the culture of political violence is still in this country. On Saturday, we had gone to Ololulunga Market in Narok County. We had just left Narok Referral Hospital where money was stolen. We went to Uhuru Market. In Narok Town, we were attacked. And it was a team led by a guy called Booster. A guy called Booster Olekisio. He is a goon for the governor of Narok. The governor of Narok is the one who sent this guy called Booster Olekisio to lead a team of goons to attack us. They attacked us in Narok Town and followed us to Masai Mara University. We escaped and went to Ololulunga. Now, when we went to Ololulunga, we had gone there to see the Ololulunga Hospital and then the Ololulunga Market. Just after we seen Ololulunga Market, as we are turning into the tarmac, we find more than 50 motorbikes and more than 100 people with machetes, with the pangas, with the rungus, waiting to attack us and having blocked the road. They even had arrows. We had to make a U-turn on the highway and start running. And because I was able to go faster, I was hid in a Masai homestead before I later found police rescue. But the rest of my friends were not very lucky. The vehicles that they were in, one of them got a tire burst, so they stopped on the road, and the other, when it decided to make a turn kuja kuwasaidia, it also swerved into a ditch. So this gentleman was hurt. As you can see, his head has been stitched, aligongwa kichwa, and he also has an injury here. He also has another injury here. You can see how black it is. And this lady also has an injury on her hand, and they were threatening to rape her. Now, I don't think that those people were Maasais, because the culture of the Maasai is not that way. But these are people that were mobilized and they were lied to. The person who mobilized them and gave them money told them that kuna wezi wa madawa ya hospitali, tuende tukawapige. So these people were lied to. Because I've spoken to some of them, I sent a team to the ground to go and find out what was happening. And the Maasai people don't have a problem at all. In fact, the people of Narok County have encouraged me to keep telling them the truth and to do vampire diaries in Narok County and show them how projects have stalled and money has been stolen. Because if there is a county that is a crime scene, Narok is a crime scene. In fact, most of the money is stolen through revenue collection, not even through expenditure. So it is very sad that a state official can choose to do this and using his official government vehicle that is bought by Kenyan taxes to carry goons and come and attack. And one of the goons that actually were trying to tell this lady that, you know, we will rape you, and even recorded a video of her, is that guy called Olekisio, together with the goons that they were with. So I'm calling out the governor of Narok. I know that he is working very closely with the President William Ruto, and that the president is very much aware of what happened. Right now, my life is in danger because there is a team of flying squad officers that has been dispatched from Narok. And the Narok County commander knows this. There's a team of these officers called flying squad that has been dispatched from Narok to look for me, to track me down and maybe shoot or whatever it is that they've been told to do. I also know that there's a team that has been formed under DCI called SSU, the Special Service Unit, whose particular purpose is to track me down and kill me. I know that they've been looking for houses near my house where I live in Ruiru. I've been told this because I was in the real estate business before I began this business of good governance. And some of them have been looking for houses near my house so they can be monitoring me. Because they were telling brokers that tutafutie nyumba yoyote tu. Hata kama ni 3 bedroom, hata kama ni 2 bedroom, hata kama ni bed sitter, bora ni hapa, isikue kwingine. So it's okay. We are aware of the plans of the enemy. The only thing we can do, because we don't have political power, is to tell them this. Governor Lentutu, I'm like your son. I'm the age of your son. Mi ni rika ya mtoto wako. Can you please spare our lives?
Yes, Penny, umepata. That is Morara doing civic education in Narok. and obviously they had to plan an attack on him. I've been saying for a while, Morara needs to stop telling people where he is going next to do this civic education, because the moment you alert people, they will come after you. So the best thing nimekuwa nikisema for Morara is just to surprise people. That way the government is not able to track where he's headed. So Penny, what's your take on this? The attack on that guy in Morara squad mpaka ameshonwa kichwa.
Oh, Kimazi, that's very, very, very sad. Lakini yetu, we are doing our best kuona ya kwamba kama huyu Rentutu, wale watu walimwataki huko Bomas of Kenya, wote, they will not get any visas to travel to the United States. Even their children, even their family. Kancha na huyu nani, huyu ni police chief ya Nairobi. All those knows, DCI, they know. So we are doing our best to see that we stop them on that craft. We cannot believe that Ruto got a state visit kutembea America. Ruto got together with the Ford Foundation German. Now we will make their life so difficult over this side. But here, what you asking me directly, here Morara is very sad. He's very sad because he's not doing anything wrong. He's not doing, you know, he's just exposing the reality, the tax money which is stored, and then he's being attacked for that. And that's very, very, very sad. Lakini vile nilisema Kimasi, we are doing our best to see that all these people don't get visas to travel to the United States like they want to. Kinasonko and all the other groups have been denied that for selling drugs that we don't even know how they did that. But these are these are very clear. These are criminals. But we cannot let the criminals wander around to countries that they want to visit. Ya kwamba they can do that. So within this year or early next year, you will see our results. Ya kwamba these people will not get any chance to travel anywhere. Kama ni Kenya, ngoja wafanye hiyo yote ya Kenya. Na this time Ruto, even a dog will beat him in the elections of 2027. So because of uh, protocol, because of president, we will let him go to 2027. Lakini hiyo hata akiweka mama yake, hata akiweka nani, he will be beaten bad. Uliona huko Kisumu walifukuza ndugu ya Raila, huyu mzee mkubwa. Everywhere you see, they don't want to hear anything Ruto has to say. And Ruto and Raila are together now. So it is a waste of our time. Lakini hii Morara vile wanamfanya ni mbaya sana. And we hope nothing else bad happens to him, but we'll make sure that they are squeezed where they will have to understand that hiyo ni kitu mbaya. They are squeezed where they want. Vile watoto hao wanataka kwenda mashule ya juu, where they steal the money and they go everywhere they go. We'll make sure that they don't go to England, Canada, and the United States. Hiyo tu. Na wakibaki nyumbani wakule ile chakula ya nyumbani kila mtu anakula. And that's what they are not used to. They travel all over the world using money ambao wameibia watu ambao cannot, you can see the hospital is like $1 billion shillings. Na hiyo pesa yote imeibiwa. And guess what? They use that money to go invest in foreign countries and travel to those countries. Now, that's what we want to make sure that if they use that money, they travel within Kenya and use it within Kenya, that will be okay. But hiyo ni mbaya sana. Umeonyesha, that's good. Keep doing that. The exposure to the reality is better than when we hide it. Coordination ni nzuri sana. Thank you very much, Kimasi.
So Kimanzi leo hayupo, leo ni Alex Ogega.
Oh,
Kimanzi
Alex,
will be
Alex,
back.
Alex.
Kimanzi will be back very soon.
Okay.
And also,
Next
Penny,
week,
swali kwako. There are speculations on the internet that President Ruto wants to extend his term from it being 10 years to being he can rule for as long as the likes of Museveni and the one for Rwanda Kagame. So kuna hizo speculations on the internet. People are saying he will try to extend terms. So tutarudi kwa referendum, then because he has MPs and senators wako pande yake, he will be able to mobilize them, hiyo move yake ipite, aweze ku extend his term. So what's your take on that?
my friend, you remember 2021, 2022, ndio walikuwa naikuja na hiyo sijui walikuwa nahitaji, and
BBI.
it failed in the court system. Kenyatta was in there with the Raila, and
Mm.
of course we understand that right now we have seen that he has the research about the House and the Senate. We understand that, but hiyo ingine ya kotini, hiyo ndio itatusaidia peke yake. It will never go through that. So that is a bad dream. Huyu mheshimiwa alianza hiyo, he started it right away after 22, and Ruto came out very clearly and said no, that's a bad dream, and we believed that. And it is very sad that right now he's embracing the same theories. Tulifikiria huyu Jeremiah, where did he come from? But now he's doing the same thing, lakini nakubaliana na wewe kwamba he will be successful in the House and the Senate, but he will not be succeeding in the court system or the people of Kenya. It is the court system or the rest of the people of Kenya will vote for him. Na unaona saa hii, that as we speak, none of these people who voted Gachagua out are going home. So how are they going to vote this for this nonsense? So let them go right ahead and do it. And they are digging their own graves. Lakini, the court system will not allow it, and the Kenyan people will not allow it, because it has to go to the court system, and it has to go to the Kenyan people to adjust that it goes to 7 years instead of 5 years. Na hiyo haitafanyika. This guy reminds us of Moi's time, but Moi had people he listened to, like Mzenya Chai. He respected and listened to people like that. But this guy does not respect anybody, does not listen to anybody. He just thinks. We don't know even if he thinks. We don't even know that his PhD is a regular PhD. What kind of guy that got a PhD that cannot think even past a fifth grader? How can you throw away the mountain which gave you 87% and go for the, excuse my language, the Luo community or the Luya community who do not vote solid? For example, the Luos don't even come out to vote for their own. If they voted 100%, Raila could be president. But over 700 to 800 never voted. How could you trade that for that? So, going back to what you just asked me directly, ni kwamba there is a rumor that he will pass these 7 years for elections. It will never work. It cannot work. These are bad dreams. Vitu ambao we supported him and we never looked at that he could go this long. So I excuse myself, or I ask very many excuses. But a friend of mine told me, no, you shouldn't, because we didn't have anybody to look forward to. When he said something like bottom up economics, nini nini, we have seen this how it has worked in these very many places. Kibaki did it. That was bottom up economics, where he expanded the taxation system and use the whole taxes to finance the government of the day. But this guy is expanding the taxes where he's stealing, and it will never develop Kenya from where Kenyatta left it. Never. That we will tell you for free, and we'll see it for free. And the Kenyan people have seen it, and there's no way he can do that because he's a thief. Now, everybody around him are thieves. So how can you develop any country Okiba, you know? So hiyo wanasema hiyo is a wet dream. It's a very stupid dream that would just relax and look at how it works. It will never work because he can get the legislature, the parliament and the senators, yes, but can he get the courts? No, and the courts have really helped us, and they will help us for a long time to come.
But Penny, I have a question. Don't you think he can manipulate the courts, because the court is supposed to be an independent body, but with this government we see anything is possible. So do you think he can manipulate the courts?
Not, not so. We go by example. Not so far. He has not done that. Not even Kenyatta has done that. You know, it is the court that has given Nani Gachagua, uh, very good rulings, because those two rulings before, the courts told him, let the parliament do what they have to do, let the senate do what they have to do. But if you are still aggrieved, come to us, which it did, and the courts have really stopped it completely. That to change that, we'll see. But we'll go by example. So what we have seen so far, there's no good example that he can manipulate the courts to do what he wants. Can he? He might, but so far he has not.
Okay, Penny. And Penny, what's your take on Sunday, on the Mashujaa Day, Rigiji ametoka hivi hospitali, ana security, ana anything, is just walking like a normal civilian. He spoke about Ruto being very vicious, and he also said that this is somebody whom he supported when nobody else did. And Rigiji also said that he was the one who was able to mobilize the people of Central to vote for him. So right now he felt like there's this element of betrayal. And also the president attacked him indirectly akikuwa huko Kwale, because he also spoke about the development of many regions, of all regions of Kenya, despite the community, the ethnicity you come from, which is contradictory to what Rigiji always talks about, the mountain. So what's your take on Rigiji coming to say that there is element of betrayal, because you also spoke about Kindiki's appointment being malicious.
Thank goodness, G survived the poisoning, the whatever. But when he came out on Sunday and what he spoke today in Nyeri with Kenyatta being there is good. Sometimes it is very, very good to have the local packing instead of the national police, nini nini. Of course, that's official na hiyo ni Missouri. There is nothing wrong. But the watu peke yake wa kukupenda is very much better than all this nonsense that, this Ruto is talking about. Ruto, to some of us now, we never knew. Maybe it was our mistake, but he's as naive as they come. He attacked Gachagua even deeper than that it was not only one tribe that voted for independence. And everybody knows. We have been told in the history books. Yes, there were some people, Kina Masine Muliro, Kina Ogingo Dinka. Yes, we do. But 99% of the people that took arms were the Kikuyus. I'm not a Kikuyu, but I will say the truth where it is. They were the Kikuyus. You find the history ambayo imeandikwa kwa kitabu You're wasting your time. Imeandikwa, imesumuzwa. Everybody will tell you that. Even Moi never attacked the Kikuyus the way these guys are attacking the Kikuyus. He's really going to their personal business. Ameuza hii airport kwa Wahindi ambao back wanampatia pesa back na watu yake ili wa bankrupt the Kikuyus. But it will take a long time. But for real, huyu huyu nani Ruto is really, really backwards. That's the simplest way to say. What he's doing, he will never win. All these people, and now huyu Felix Koskei ndio mkubwa ya askari, ndio anatoa askari kwa nani. All those things that they are doing are backwards. Backward thinking, stupid at that. Lakini haitamsaidia anything. Kila kitu inaonekana anafanya ni Wakenya wanaona ni bure. Unaona hiyo vijana ya Chakalanda wamemgeuka wote, wamegeuka hata Raila. Even I never agreed with them, but nowadays ukiona vile wanazungumza, you are shocked that these guys knew what they were talking about, because
Almost 1 hour.
some of us thought that they were like nothing but psychopaths, yeah, Raila, but they are
Yes.
talking a lot of sense. So to come to your answer, to your real question, he can say anything he wants to say, but the Kenyan people wamemuonea mbali sana, na he will never succeed in that nonsense.
And also, Penny, actually, what you have mentioned about the guys of Jacaranda, Omosh 1 hour, Nuru Okanga, we in the process kuwatafuta wakuje kwa shop ya nao wazungumze. And what I can say is there is a lot of civic education imefanywa. There's a time we had a show here, I think about a month ago. We had a show here with some people when they talked about reaching out to Akina Omosh and telling them about how they should be objective. They should just not follow Baba sycophantly, and they should say things. If it's true, it's true. If it's wrong, it's wrong. So I believe civic education ndio inafikafika maeneo fulani. So do you think civic education ikifika like many parts of the country, can we flip this politics of ethnicity and we do politics of where policy sells principles? Like our neighbors Tanzania, they have tribes, but their politics is based on principles. Huko ni policies inauza. Huko, that's why I think guys like Lumumba and Brian Muluka will thrive compared to huku Kenya where ethnicity ndio kusema, si hata policy, no matter how good you are. So what's your take on that?
No, I think that vile vile muliwaleta, that's a wonderful thing. Any country, any society has to move from one stage to another. For any society, any country, it was somewhere. Sasa it may change, with time. Have we always been ethnically balkanized? Yes. Will we say that we'll be permanently there? No. We'll have to change. We'll have to change. I'm very proud. What anybody say? I'm very proud of my Kalenjin brothers. Ukisikia wakizungumza na ukiona kama ile kasichana kadogo walizungumza huko wakati walipiga morara hapo, sijui Nyayo, sijui inaitwaje,
Bomas.
KCC, Bomas.
Yeah.
Ukisikia msichana kama ule, and she's speaking from her heart, Chepto, and I'm very proud of the Kalenjin community. Hiyo ndio naona ya kwamba there is no ethnic balkanizing of our society. We have moved from there, and we are seeing society for what it is. And the people who have read the balkanization are not even there. Not even there. Unaona vile nilikwambia ndugu ya Raila, the older guy, the older gentleman, Oburu, was changed. Guess what? By only laws who are saying, no, we want to get them back. Unaona? So it is time for our society. This is the time for our society, Kenya. to change from ethnic balkanization to really seeing the reality for what it is.
Okay, Penny. I have another video up I want to play. Watu wamesema a lot of times the church has not come out to say things the way they are. So I have a video here of Tony Kiama. Let's watch it.
I think it has come to a time where our church elders, our church fathers have to come to a place of just basic acknowledging that tulikosea. What we did was wrong. And I want to speak to my elders respectfully, because they are our church fathers. Mulikosea. What you did was wrong. This is not the government of God. It is not. We shall know them by their fruit. The Bible says that we shall know them by their fruit. And for sure there is no fruit of God here. The Bible says the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. John 10:10. And I repeat, the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And this government has stolen, it has killed, and it has destroyed the economy. So for sure, hii ni serikali ya shetani. Ukweli. Ukweli tu tuseme. Because we know them by their fruit. Mimi sijaita mtu shetani, nimesema Bible inasema. Kwa sababu musema kidogo na tunapata shida nyingi. The Bible says the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. John 10:10. But that's what the devil comes to do. That's a profile of the enemy. And this government, sincerely speaking, na si kuonea mtu, they have stolen. They have killed. And they have destroyed the economy. Ukweli. So for sure, hapa hakuna Mungu. Hapa hakuna Mungu. Alafu sasa, the government of God wanakosana. Na mmoja anataka kufukuza mwingine.
So yes, Penny, that is Pastor Tony Kiama of River of God Church, and that pastor is very objective. Pastor Tony Kiama huwa anasema mambo venye iko, and I think for quite a time Penny, the church has been getting a lot of criticism, judgment. Everyone is always casting a stone. Speaking as somebody who has been in church for the longest time, Nime notice if the church does or says something good, people don't give their flowers, or church to pay flowers, but when something bad happens here and there, that's when people are quick to cast stones to the church people. So Penny, what's your take on what Pastor Tony Kiama said?
What Pastor Tony Kiama said is the truth. Now, the church is always organized by the preachers, the pastors, the priests. Those are the people the churches follow, and wakisema hivi ndio the church members will follow through. Na vile huyu mheshimiwa amesema, everything that is true is the truth. Now you will see a lot of changes. Haitakuwa kama ile ya mwaka ingine 2022. Wengine nilikwambia mheshimiwa tulikuwa doomed. We were doomed. We just go to the banana show. Na wengine walikuwa wanataka kunipiga, lakini mimi ndio nilikuwa na wachokozi, and I really apologize for that, because even the church goers at that time, this guy doomed them, lied to them. You know, he was crying like Kenyatta really betrayed him. And we saw it in the public. Kenyatta would not even say hi to him. But we thought that, you know, understanding him and following him and supporting him, then we have got a good leader. But no, he is not. He is just a devil. He's worse than a devil. Unajua kuna mtu anakudanganya ni mbaya kuliko ile anakuambia ukweli na unapata hiyo ukweli yake ndiye anasema. Huyu alitudanganya, and what he was doing is something different, very very different. Hata Moi ambaye he was a student of Moi's time, Moi never did all this other stuff. He did very bad things, but at least he had people he would listen to. When he changed that law, multi-party system, we had to listen to people like Nyachai told him, this thing will never happen. This will not work what you are doing. But this guy is not following anything. So the judges, the judge will follow the priest, Kamauyu, Mheshimiwa. They will follow through with them, and that will be good.
So, and Penny, if we saw the 2022 campaigns, and Ruto so much portrayed himself as the believer. He was the believer, and even the media, kwanza mainstream media, really portrayed him as the church person, as the religious person, this is the person who is ordained by God. And na wakasema Raila ni mchawi, Raila ni mganga. And for the longest time, Penny, we have seen this is a tactic by politicians to use religion to mobilize people to vote for them. Do you think this tactic is going to work going forward?
The judge will follow what that gentleman said, talking about, and that's the only tactic that will work. 2022, kuita Raila muganga nini nini. Raila never went to church. Now, this is where the guy beat everybody, kwa sababu huyu Ruto, kwa sababu he knew where the power was, where most people were, and he went there, and he used the church to the fullest. Lakini watu walifikiria ya kwamba what he was doing was the right thing. We all believed that. Wacha niseme hivi, lakini this time it will not work. It will, the church of that time, like you see nowadays, he cannot even go feel a church. Mheshimiwa, you see him going everywhere that he has gone. Watu wanakata, anaenda hiyo yake ya mlimani ya nyumbani kwake ya Nairobi. Unaona, I don't know, but walisema Sunday Sinaki to a church in Narok, or how he got there, I don't know, but he Sinaki there and left. But he can never get the glory back of the churchgoers the way he did in 2022. Never. We hope never. You know.
And Penny, so another question. I think also the media has a role to play, sana mainstream media, in educating the people, because them walikuwa tu wanachukua content from him as the religious person, and they put it that way. And you know something with the media, it paints an image to the people. So if you take somebody the way he is, they portray him in a certain way. So people take him as the religious person, and you know Kenya is a very religious country. So people will go with the religion part of it, but in real sense ni kutumika tu tunatumika. Then on the other side, they made Raila wakasema ni mganga, and they post it that way, and that's the role which the people went. So I think the media also, we should have a role of telling people things the way they are, to educate people, enlighten them, so that this culture does not continue. Yeah, using religion very badly, because it has been something which has been used for a long time. So do you think also the media tuko na role ya kucheza?
Yes, the media has like 75% to 80% role, shaping any society that is call itself a democracy or try to be a democracy. Media ya Kenya siku hizi, some of us grew up when it was a one party, okay. Na hiyo, when they came up with the other groups here, Citizen, nini, we thought it was a waste of time. Lakini siku hizi vijana wote, the ladies were media. The questions they're asking and the same question is kama wewe unauliza. They are thinking like the Kenyan people. We really, yes, the media has a lot of influence. Some of us never agreed with what the liberalization of the media, that what changes it will do. But now as we speak, we agree with those media liberalization na vile wamefanya. Unaona huyu Hussein Mohammed was very good, akamchukua huko ndani, and guess what? He has rendered himself redundant or useless, because to what to attack, uliona kwa Jeff Koinange alikuwa na attack nani Morara. And Morara said, man, do you know even who the president calls? Do you want me to get the information? Unaona? When you have the media that is open, it is a wonderful thing. There is nothing wrong with that. The media of Kenya today is very good, and the media, well, some of us cannot blame it. We will blame it earlier, but nowadays imefanya kazi vizuri sana. Wakiuliza huyu nani Ruto maswali, he will never even answer. Unaona? They will ask him so many hard questions, he doesn't even know how to answer them. He called those guys that they were killing thugs. Unaona? There's a slip of the tongue or whatever. All those people that were protesting were not thugs. Unaona? And they will let that information like that come out. Unaona? There's nothing wrong with the media. The media has really helped us, and in the society that is developing, like Kenya, what call itself a democracy, it has to really have a vibrant media. And a support of vibrant media is one of the most wonderful things. Kwa sababu it reaches to everybody. Ule mzee wa ushago, ule mtu ya internet, kila mtu, unaona, and they will bring those information out. And then the good thing about the media ya Kenya siku hizi ni huyu kama huyu nani Standard Nation, Standard TV, huyu kijana ya Moi, he has let all these guys do everything. Spice FM, every morning I will listen to it. They will ask all the questions that they would need to be asked, and he doesn't tell those people what to do and what not to do. Na kama wamefanya hivyo hatujui, lakini the media is doing a wonderful job in Kenya, and it is doing what any society does.
So and also Benny, on Mashujaa Day hiyo Sunday, we saw people went to Uhuru Park. The people commemorated. They wanted to remember the 60 youths who died during the Gen Z protest, and unfortunately it was unsuccessful. And we saw the likes of Boniface Mwangi was there. Eric Omondi was there. He was arrested. He was almost attacked. Alisema he was being alikuwa anazungushwa na makarau. Many places they were changing drivers. He thought they were going to take his life. So fortunately, it's okay. We saw guys like Boniface Mwangi being bullied, and so what's your take on that? We don't even have the freedom to go and celebrate the people who died when we tried to bring down the finance bill.
Yeah, that's very sad, especially Uhuru Gardens. That's very sad. And can you imagine if you did have a media to expose all those vile wamefanyia Boniface Mwangi, vile wamefanyia Yoweri Kibodi? It is exposed by and the taken police, I mean the army, police, what they took their pictures, wakaonyesha, and that's what the media should do, and what he has done. Wonderful thing about it, like that's even the temporary 1 day cover up of what is going on. There's nothing they can do, you know. You're in the future, in the fire, evil. It will express itself. It will show whatever the people are agitating about in that time. The Iya Sunday, the buyer Sanda. And that's why I was saying earlier that we need a vibrant media, kutoka kwa kamera, kutoka kwa watu wanazungumza, kuuliza maswali, everybody is good.
And then Penny, there is an issue also Boniface Mwangi raised on Sunday at Uhuru Park. He said the president he didn't agree with the appointment of Kindiki as the deputy president because he felt that is making a mockery out of all those people who lost their loved ones during the Gen Z demos because what are you showing them? This is the person who was associated with the deaths of many youths of this country and they refuse to take accountability. So what do you think the message is being sent to the families that lost their people that the person who was executing those assassinations is now the deputy president?
That's a very good point to bring out, and we need to dwell issues like that because this is, guy Kindiki is a yes man. He does everything that the Ruto is telling him. Yes, he killed people in Kondere, and they went to people's houses and got their kids from there and killed them. You know, and when he was being asked about Parliament, that's where I was shocked. This guy never had remorse. He had nothing good to say other than he had to do what he did, and what he think he did was right. And he's the most useless person. Oyuki Diki, he runs a ministry that is the most corrupt system in Kenya. And how most people say that he's doing a good job. Which good job? Go to Nyayo House. The corruption is from the ground all the way up. Travel anywhere in Kenya. The police will stop everywhere. Ukiwa na public transport na wanataka kitu kidogo. And this is the guy to be promoted because of doing this. This is as naive as they come. Na lakini ukiona who is serving, then you understand. This is the most corrupt government. Is the most corrupt guy. Now he has to surround himself with the people like that, with corrupt people.
Yes, so and Penny also, can we say really Penny, that the government always belongs to the president and not the deputy? Like for example, in the Kibaki regime, we always hear Kibaki being given the flowers. Then we never hear about the deputy Kalonzo or whatever. Even same thing with the Uhuru Ruto. I think the government belongs to Uhuru, to not to Ruto at that time. And right now, the government solely belongs to Ruto. So do you think Gachagua along the way he lost it because the moment he got into power alijua sasa mi ndio kusema a lot of power got into his head that he thought he's at the same level with the president to the point started attacking Uhuru, started attacking Baba. Kwanza the part of disrespect, he disrespected Baba and Uhuru to the point where he was part of the people who went to go and wachukue zile kondo za Uhuru. So ile time yenye Baba put protest, his car was being shot many times. That day Baba almost died. And so right now I think Ruto amemwonyesha the government didn't belong to it, belongs to me. So so Kindiki being a yes man, I see it Kindiki will just need to align with what Ruto does, of which it's wrong, it's criminal act, and Rigiji tried to attack that. And so what's your take on that, Penny?
No, it's where you started. Where you started is a good place. It's always everywhere in the world, not even in Kenya. You remember the president. Unajua mzee Kenyatta, he had Oginga Odinga, Joseph Murumbi, Moi, all these other people behind him. Lakini unasikia Moi's regime, I mean Kenyatta's regime. Ukisikia ya Moi the same way. Lakini to come to the time right now, Kindiki has always, I mean, Gachagua has always done what Ruto has wanted him to do. When he was attacking, when they were running for president, he was attacking Raila in the coldest way. He was attacking Kenyatta in the coldest way. And the Ruto egged him on, wanted him to do exactly that. So you cannot get around the way when you start stealing. Then your vice president, Rakuliza, he and daddy, he is too corrupt. He taxation, what way tax? And then you change your mind and throw him under the bus and say, you have to do this and that. My friend, this guy has always been attacking Raila Odinga the same way he was attacking Kenyatta when they were running for president. And the Ruto loved it at that time. But when this guy came along and never agreed with what he was saying, then he said, you have to see who's the boss. Gachagua knew always who was the boss. But you cannot let the boss, because he's your boss, do everything. I mean, do everything, even if it is the worst thing in life, and you just continue doing it. That's the difference between Kindiki and Gachagua. Kindiki will let this guy do everything because he's a yes man. He never ran for presidency with him. And that's why, I mean, you know that the elections, I mean, the people of the mountain, the MPs, they voted like 80% for Kindiki. But Ruto himself liked Gachagua because of the attacks and the talk that he had that was straightforward, was hitting very hard. Kenyatta, Mzee Oginga Odinga, he was hitting very hard. And that's exactly what Ruto wanted. But the ministry, when you are doing something wrong and he points it out, then you change your mind about him and say, you will see who the man is. Forget him. Let him be a man. Let him do what he has to do. So far, the court is helping us. We don't know how far it will go, but we know that it will go somewhere.
Okay, Penny, and wacha tutoke kwa siasa kidogo. We go to some health issues. Let me post a video we watch.
Okay.
Katibu wa mazingira gatuzi la Nairobi. Hapo awali tulikuja katika hii hoteli ya kupika kebabs na zile sausages na mayai ambazo zinasambazwa na kuuziwa hawkers wale wa troli Nairobi. Tukapata ni kuchafu, tukaongelesha mwenyewe hapa kwa sababu sisi kama serikali kazi yetu si kufunga biashara ya mtu. Kazi yetu ni kufacilitate ya business. Tukamwambia tu funga siku 2 ama 3 tutengeneze mahali unafanyia biashara. Pawe pasafi kwa sababu watu wanakula hii chakula yako ni wengi. Akatuambia sawa. Akatuhakikishia atafunga atengeneze. Leo tumerudi kuangalia kama amerekebisha. Ukiangalia iko ile hali iliyokuwa. Hii ni ile ambayo inapika kebabs, lakini mahali imeekelewa hata we mwenyewe huwezi kula, ni kuchafu zaidi. Hii ni nyingine, angalia mahali imeekelewa ni kuchafu zaidi. Ukiangalia hizi zote, hii ni mafuta. Hii ni ile mafuta wanakaanga nayo. Unaona vile hiyo mafuta inakaa. Inawekwa, inakaangwa, inakuwa recycled. Ndio hizo. Ukiangalia chini kwa floor ni kuchafu. Hapa ndani unaona panya wanakimbia. Huku kwote ni kuchafu. So ile kitu tunaomba wananchi wa Nairobi, tunapofanya kazi tunaomba support yenu. Wafanya biashara pia wajibika. Hiyo chakula unapika, kuna ndugu yako atakula.
So yes, Penny, that is Geoffrey Mosiria. He's working now with the government. He was in healthcare, now he's in environment, and he's employed by Sakaja to try and to bring some sanity to Nairobi. Tumeona amekuwa akijaribu to do with this nitwaje night clubs, the bars, kuambia aje you're not supposed to be in settlements. He has also been pushing for these people, what do you call them, these people in town who are cooking. So hii in Kenya kuna there's this thing that people love yenye inaitwanga smocha. The smocha, the smokies in the streets, the bajias, the kebabs. So what we are finding out is you find those trolleys zenye zinaweka hizo food they're being displaced in toilets. Imagine in toilets, and thus mali penye they still put food there, and people in town are eating them. So Geoffrey Mositi has been exposing them. He has been fighting that issue to do with hygiene in the city. Also, he has been pushing for places to be cleaned, like Nairobi Dam. Amesema it's been a long time, and he said that way he's pushing for dam to be cleaned. So, Penny, what's your take on him coming after the people who are cooking in town? They are recycling mafuta ya kupikia inakuwa recycled 3 times, and those are the things that are bringing cancer to the people. Unapata watu wako na ulcers, and unapata Penny skuma in Ushago, let's say like in the places of Rift, Kiambu, Kisii, or wherever skuma yenye inapandwa it's small ones. When you go to places like supermarkets or easy vibanda, you find very big skuma wikis. So there are some questions that he is raising that people need to clarify on, and some issues to do with the food that we are eating, because Penny, if we get to the bottom of the things that Kenyans are eating, we'll find out tunakula vitu mingi mbaya mbaya. So he opted for a solution for guys to revert to shamba za ushago. We get our own food that is organic, that is good, we eat, because healthy living is important. He also talked about people just wanting the quick money. Watu wanataka kutengeneza pesa ya haraka haraka so that they can be rich, and they don't care about healthcare, and people are getting away with these things. So what's your take on hiyo troli za chakula kuwekwa kwa machoo, mafuta ya kupika kebab being recycled?
Huyu nani Bosiria, he has to hire a lot of assistants, sio yeye peke yake, na it is very sad, and I've been to very many places. Hiyo yakuwa ya street, kama ukienda kama nchi kama Thailand siku hizi, is one of the best foods that you can eat ndani ya street. Lakini ukiwa nyumbani ni mbaya sana. Ile ya street ya nyumbani mimi nakulaga ni mahindi ambao is boiled na iko na cover around it, na unatoa hiyo karatasi ndio unakula, lakini ujui hiyo maji imekaa namna gani, lakini it's boiled, so there's still a lot of germs in between. Lakini vile nilisema, huyu Musiria waja hire a lot of people around him, because even wale watu ya ushago ambao ni health inspectors wanapewa tu kitu kidogo, wanaaja mtu anafanya ile yote anataka. So we have to focus. Na ukienda huko kama hoteli kama Keroka wapi, if you complain about anything, they don't change anything. They fire the guy who brought the food to you. That's who they fire. You know, wanamfuta kazi kwa sababu alileta chakula, lakini anaendelea kufanya ile alikuwa anataka kufanya jana. So some of us will be like, let him do a lot, and we'll improve. We'll come from somewhere. Everybody started from there and go somewhere. Lakini he cannot do it by himself. He has to have a lot of assistance with him, and wasaidie vizuri, wamsaidie afanye kazi vizuri. And sasa hii government yetu hata ioni hiyo ni Nairobi peke yake. What happened in Kisumu? What happens in Kisumu, Nakuru, Mombasa, anywhere and in between? You know, utapata, it is very sad. You know, hata ukienda huko Nairobi West huko, wakati vile choma nyama, those guys will kill, I mean, wanaswat flies around, na choo iko hapo, na hiyo flies zinaleta uchafu kutoka kwa choo. And how people in Kenya survive, it is very very hard, it's very difficult. Lakini wacha huyu aendelee sana, lakini kitu ya kwanza hire a lot of assistants, na hiyo assistants he follows them through. Na it is not very difficult to make money in Kenya. All you have to do is be clean a little bit. Hiyo tu.
And I like the fact that Penny, you have mentioned he cannot do it alone, and you have also mentioned that it's not just in Nairobi, but it's a good thing he has started, and he cannot do it alone. Same thing, even we were talking here with Mzalendo, we were saying Morara cannot do away with corruption by himself. It needs a collective effort. And but it saddens me also, Penny, kuona you see there are people who work for as little as 200, 300 shillings a day, and you can't afford to eat decent meals. Like, let's say you eat in places like Weston Hotel ama Hilton. So the only option that you have ni kukula those to cheap foods like your chapati put with smoky and kachumbari for 60 shillings, and that's something which in a skuma people for, let's say, a day, hiyo ndio breakfast na lunch, you eat it, then you wait till you eat on supper. So I find it very unfortunate that people can do that to Kenyans for the sake of money. Imagine you go to you put trolleys kwa choo because it's cheaper, and you go you recycle mafuta ya kupikia mara tatu. That's putting many people's lives at risk just for making quick cash. That is very bad. So it's a good thing amekuja out, ameexpose hizo vitu, and he has the backing of the Nairobi governor Sakaja. And the funny thing is, Penny, that guy is just new in the environment. He has been in healthcare for the past 10 years. So he's 3 months in the job, and ndio huyo ameanza kufanya kazi, and he's aiming to leave an impact. He also talked about the streets of CBD and the rest. He also mentioned that people are just urinating in the streets the way they feel like. People are going out there to doing flying toilets in places like Nairobi Dam, and it's being normalized. But he also mentioned that um, when you talk to people, when you educate them, and when they know they cannot get away with things, they quickly turn things around. They start doing it the proper way, because Ali mentioned there is this culture in Kenya where if we can get away with things, we take it lightly. But niko sure Penny yuko US, I don't think it's easy to get away with things, but here in Kenya we get away with a lot of things. So Penny, do you think we also need civic education kwa hiyo mata ya hapo hygiene, healthcare?
Yeah, vile huyu ana Bosiri ana point out ni kweli, and it will not be that difficult kukula chakula instead of recycling oil 3 times and paying $60. You can recycle it. You can cook it straight and pay at least 80 shillings. Na hiyo haitakuwa ngumu sana for somebody to afford. Na hiyo to urinate everywhere in the public places, it has to be designated place. Na it has to go with the population. All these things have to work in tandem with each other. And it is the situation it is because it has never been focused. Wao watu ambao wamekuwa, say for example, governors wa Nairobi for the last 15 years or maybe 30 years have never focused on the healthy of how people eat whatever. No. So if the owners want to make a quick buck, they make it a quick buck, lakini wanafanya watu wanakufa na wanakuwa na magonjwa mingi. But if this guy is doing a wonderful job like that, he has to focus on so many things. For example, the hygiene of how you cook, the how we use the washrooms, siko wapi. The it goes with the population. It goes with the township. Mahali watu wanatembea to every bus station or main bus station in a washroom mzuri. Back in the day, they used to have people that would sit around the door and give you a toilet paper uingie ndani na unalipa maybe 1 shilling or 2 shillings, unaingia na karatasi yako, unaona, na ilikuwa clean at that time. Lakini siku hizi ukienda kwamba tuseme for example this Nyayo house that I was talking about, ukienda huko even the chores zimepunjika, asina hata hiyo toilet papers, hakuna kitu, you know. Yani the urinals are smelling from outside. Uliza choo iko wapi, unaonyeshwa, lakini ukifika karibu unakufa kwenda huko ndani. And that's everywhere. Buildings are very beautiful, na ndani ni mbaya sana. So we give Musalia kudos. Let him continue with that, but let him hire a lot of assistants. For example, in Nairobi, to clean it where it is supposed to be. Maybe the other towns, maybe the others, kama Mombasa wataona hiyo wame, they can copy examples from Nairobi na waendelee namna hiyo. So we really want to see it go nation countrywide, you know. Ukienda kama country kama Rwanda siku hizi is very clean. Is you will think that you are somewhere in Asia. It doesn't take a miracle. It doesn't take more money than it's supposed to. Ni jaza kidogo tu the direction tu peke yake, you know. So for example, sio kuchange topic sana, lakini ukienda kama Rwanda uone vile they are dealing with corruption, my friend, you will dream of it to be in Kenya. So they cannot even benchmark going to Europe, going to America, going everywhere. Just go to Rwanda itself or Tanzania for that matter. You know, it is very, very clean and it is very, very nice the way they have done set up this place.
And so also, Penny, there is also something Geoffrey Mosiri has been pushing for. He is saying that it's not allowed in the law that we have bars, clubs, and nightclubs in places of settlements, but it has been there for a while. And he also mentioned that they are making so much noise for the neighborhood settlements, such that people are not sleeping during the weekdays and during the weekends. So he has been also on that fight with the owners of these clubs. About a week ago, we saw in the news here in there's a club in Langata called Paris Lounge. The people went out to protest, saying that they have to reduce the music because it's too loud that they cannot even sleep at night, even during weekdays. And there has been that fight. So the club owners, they say if we are supposed to reduce our music, or we are not supposed to operate in settlements, also churches should be regulated so that they don't play loud music. And yes, they also don't operate at night. So there's that small fight with the owners of clubs. They're also pushing for churches not to operate at night. So what's your take on that?
No, I've never experienced the churches playing the music at night. Ile ukienda kama Mombasa, the ile kuita ya Muslims ya in the morning, hiyo ndio noise pollution ambayo iliniudhi sana ukiwa Mombasa. Not necessarily because I'm not Muslim, but it wakes you up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning na inafanya makelele all over the place. Lakini like I've told you, I'm in Rwanda, all those are stopped. They will call you on your phone or they will make those noise in your phone, alafu utajua that's a mosque call. Ile noise pollution ambayo iko kama Nairobi ni mbaya sana, but the churches kama inafanya hivyo That is true. They should stop at least by 10 o'clock at night. Lakini ikiendelea beyond that, that's wrong. Na ile noise pollution ya music ni mbaya. I was one time huko Nairobi West, mahali wanaita, I like going there a lot. Jina imepotea kidogo, lakini walikuwa wanaweka muziki at night, wanaweka kwa loud speaker. Hey, inaitwa Rio Hotel, inawekwa kwa, and you cannot even go to sleep. Na hiyo ndio mbaya sana, lakini kama hao wanasema, if they have a point, like churches are doing it maybe until 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock, they have a good point. Let it, let this all stop at 10 o'clock in the big music. Now, other than that, they can put a sound system ambao wanaweka muziki kubwa sana kwa hiyo nyumba, lakini haiwezi kusikika nje. Unaweka vitu, una trap the noise, and then the noise is within the building itself. Hiyo, that would not, other charges work. Charges, if they charge, if they do that, that's good idea. A good idea. There's some things that you can buy that will trap the noise. A well square danger if you close the door.
So, and there's also another story I want us to break down. Though I don't have the video, sitacheza juu ya copyright claim by some people on the internet, but I have an image.
What do you mean copyright?
Nikisema copyright namaanisha if I play even a bit, there are people who might come and strike a claim on YouTube, wasema wameibiwa content. So there's this MCA for Kirinyaga. He lost her daughter, 23-year-old, and it happened that they came after church together. Then there are some gaps to that story. She wanted DCI to investigate, but as we speak, Saizi Penny, her daughter is dead. That's the mom, the daughter, 23-year-old, and these are her words. Had I known that this was the last time she was to be with me alive, I would have dissuaded her not to go. But no instinct warned me that my beloved daughter was heading to a painful death. Her mother, Lucy Njeri, speaking about alipoteza mtoto. So
alienda kwa kanisa wapi?
Yes, they went to church together. Then afterwards, it's like the daughter left. Venye nimesema, there are gaps to that story. She was asking for DCI to investigate, but after they spent time together, after wametoka church, I think the daughter left. Then after going, she never came back. Then they found the body dead. It happened on a Sunday. That story has been making headlines. So I picked that story because I feel Penny, there's a topic that which needs to be discussed. We need to talk about it and enlighten people, see whether we can find solutions. There's been a lot of femicide in Kenya from the start of 2024. And I mean that there are so many university girls who are losing their lives and they are being killed by guys, and these guys are anonymous. We saw the start of year, there's the sister to Kanyari, Staletwa, who she went to an Airbnb with a guy called John Matara, and they engaged in a confrontation one-on-one. Then they argued, then they fought So the guy John Matara was able to kill her, and he was seen coming out of that Airbnb limping. So from that scenario, we have had countless number of times women are being killed, and it's young women, young girls, 22, 23-year olds, 21. These are girls who are in campus who are being killed by people, unanimous people. So even my what people are insinuating, people are claiming that that girl, the daughter of that MC of Kirinyaga, she was talking to somebody on the internet who the mother doesn't even know, because I noticed something, Penny. Once kids are from home and they go to campus, let's say they move because the campus is far, they get disconnected to parents. So the parents don't know so much about their kids who are in campus here in Kenya. As a matter of fact, kwanza kama wanaishi mbali, you don't know how your child is surviving, you don't know what she's eating, and you see, not all the time parents send money, so you don't know how your child is making money or anything, and you don't even the person she's dating. So my thinking is, this is my conspiracy theory is, she was talking to a guy on the internet, on these dating apps, like let's say Tinder or whatsoever. So they were in a talking stage whatsoever. Then as they went on, the conversation broke down, or maybe they did not agree on matters. Then in that process of not agreeing, and they were maybe in an Airbnb or whatsoever in a private place, that girl ended up being killed. And it has happened many times this year in Kenya. Kuna watoto wengi wasichana wamepoteza maisha yao. So what's your take on that, Penny?
No, that's very sad. Na hiyo ulianzia is funny to the point because mama mwingine alikuwa ananiambia ati John Matara ni Muluya because he went school in Luya land, lakini you can tell Mugisi kwa China, na akaja kumchua baadaye ati kuwa Mugisi. Na baba niliuliza, huyu unajua ni Mugisi? Nikasema ndio, si uliniambia John Matara nikajua huyu ni Mugisi, lakini wewe unasema ni Muluya. Lakini those are modern crimes because any society they change from huko Ushago, ukienda Nairobi, ukienda Nakuru, everything changes. Na hii wamekuja nayo ya internet. Airbnb haikuwa hapo kitambo. You check into a hotel with the clear, people, na kila mtu anauliza huyu ni nani na nani, lakini Airbnb anybody can go there. This is a modern crimes about zimeanza, and unless you expose them, unless they are exposed out there, because these people they come from nowhere yesterday. They have always been there, but now it is easier for them to do whatever it is that they are doing. They have been doing this walikuwa na ended through a lot of things to do this. Along the way, they will be cut off. Along the way, they might not succeed. Lakini siku hizi imekuwa rahisi sana, kwa sababu all you have to do is get the Airbnb and invite a girl over. Vile huyu John Watara alikuwa anafanya, and I don't know whether he's the one who killed the girl who was a socialite. Alikuwa anataka
Yes,
pesa nyingi
yes,
na
Taleto.
huyu
It was blackmail actually.
sasa huyu msichana aliona pesa ya huyu kijana, na huyu kijana alikuwa anaiba hiyo pesa na akaendelea kufanya hivyo. So these are modern crimes. We will have to face them right head on, halafu tumalize hiyo. The way you have said let the DCI do the investigation, let them do the investigation, and the people in Kenya, the DCI are very very good at that. Ni kitu ambao kinaharibu ni pesa tu, ni corruption. Hiyo pesa wakiribu kidogo wanaacha. That's the only thing that inakuwa mbaya. lakini ukitaka kujua ukweli utajua. And yangu ya mwisho ni kwamba these are modern crimes and they are made it because of where we are in as far as society is concerned. And we will have to face them head on, change them for the worst, I mean for the best, for the local Kenyan people. You
Yes,
can come from a very normal lifestyle, mtoto ambao iko very well balanced, anapewa kila kitu, lakini akipata tu mtu that is kombo kidogo, is off the hook a little bit, they will change them and do anything they want to do with them.
so yes, Penny, and so my take is, Penny, I think there is a very big disconnect from the parents and the children, such that the parents don't know much about their children, or maybe they don't know even their children, because they
My
change a
friend,
lot.
my friend, let me
Yes,
cut you short on that one.
yes,
Parents have never known what the kids are doing. Even when we were coming up in the 70s,
yes,
it has always been there. It is getting all of what it is at one time, like you do the chore. But the no letting the disconnect about the parents and the older, I mean the young ones, has always been there. You are to hide what you're doing. Wakati wetu tulikuwa tunafaa bell bottom, na wazazi wetu hawakujua hiyo, kwa sababu tunaweka kwa mfuko, halafu ukifika mahali unaiweka inakuwa stylish. Akiona ukifaa hiyo, hey, mutapigana, unaona. So
yes.
that one ni uwanja, lakini let us focus on getting more knowledge as to what it is that can be happening, na uambie hii watoto, and just talk to them as regular people, because they can, some of them can get it, some of them can't, lakini tujue kwamba what is going on, na hii ambayo imekuja ya siku hizi ndio inafanya mbaya sana, lakini disconnect hiyo has always been there. Naweza kukuambia
Yes, it's true, Penny. I agree with what you're saying. So I'm trying to find out what is causing, because we are not seeing young boys being murdered by women in Airbnb. We're just seeing the young girls being killed, and it's a worry. So I still am not getting what is causing young girls to be murdered, because this year I've had very numerous cases, and they are all the same. The patterns are the same, but we have not unlocked what is causing them to go to these places to be killed.
it is mostly boys that are looking for girls, not the other way around. So the boys that are looking for them, most of them could be in criminals, could be, have not enough money to spend, but they like the girls. No, no. But to answer your question, it's mostly the boys that look for girls, not the other way around.
Okay, so and Penny, so as we wind up the show, what do you think could be some of the solutions going forward, so that we can be able to curb these issues of young girls being killed, so that next year tusikuwe tunasikia, oh, young girls are being killed here and there, here and there, here and there, and families are crying, because I feel very sad when I hear stories like this, because you find, Penny, parents are in the village, your child has passed in the KCSE examination, sent to a university in Nairobi, and the parents put so much hopes in their children. Then they come here, then they find themselves in Airbnbs, and they get killed. And you find even some of these girls, maybe they are the hope of the family. They're the ones who are supposed to break these chains of poverty. Then wanakufa, and there's so much hope in the family in you, and it saddens me when you hear families like this losing their children. So what could be some of the solutions going forward?
Some of the solutions should be to expose the girls, or to tell the girls what they can face when they go to the big cities. And really have it in the open and say it maybe in the churches with their teachers, with their uncles and aunts. All those information have some influence on them. And then the Airbnbs have to change where what they are doing. The Airbnbs rents it to the guys, and that's the end of it. They never follow through with it. They never do anything, you know. So if you have strict rules for Airbnbs, like Baba, if you bring a girl, you have to let us know who this girl is. Abba. And some of them will maybe 3 out of 10 will not have to do that. So you have saved at least 3 lives. Like in the Guinea, is exposure. Yeah, what about anybody? For example, personally, my dad will tell me anything, I will not follow it. But my uncle told me anything, I'll follow it. Because it is how they tell you. Your daddy tells you with authority. Your uncle tells you with, do you know this? And he explains you the whole things. So to a large extent, everybody in the community tell these young people, this young generation girls, when you are doing this, you are doing that, you can get this danger or that danger. So it is the open knowledge of these young ladies and the stricter for Airbnbs for the future. You need that idea. But right nowadays Airbnbs, they don't even have anybody there when they open their house for you, and that's it. They will come
Exactly.
find somebody dead there maybe 2-3 days later. Brother.
So yes, Penny, I agree with things that you're saying, and one thing that I've noticed is these girls are meeting these guys on dating sites, and that's where these people, these serial killers are, and I think there's something which I don't know whether the government or I don't know what can be done about these dating sites like Tinder, cause huko ndio hizi vitu zote zinapangwa na people are going to be killed, and so for me I think girls should stop getting these people on these dating sites. Kwanza hao wenye tunafikiria wako na pesa, there are many Nigerians here who are lying to girls. Kwanza most of them are the ones who are committing these things because wanadanganya wasichana wako na pesa nini nini, and some of them are even brothers in Catholic churches. So and so for me naona ni kama if it's dating, you should date somebody date somebody on the physical. Stop trying to meet people that you don't know wenye unapata kwa internet, because there are so many guys wenye wako hapa kwa ground who can be good options instead of finding people that you don't know about on the internet. So Penny, so what can we do about these dating sites? Because huko ndio wanapatana.
Close them all. Close them down. As simple as that.
Zifungwe.
Because I mean, we grew up, some of us, without those dating sites. It's not that we didn't have girls. When we had girls, we knew what it was. Like in your dating sites, yeah, squeezy. If it is having a problem like that, is to try. I mean, maybe you cannot do 100%, but if you do maybe 80%, 90%, you would have saved a lot of lives. Personally, I would say close them down.
Oh, okay. So that is you, Penny. We have done more than 1 hour of the show, and show ya leo we have broken down things zenye ziko leo kwa mtandao zenye Kenyans are searching for. Thank you, Penny, for showing up for the show. We believe our viewers have been enlightened, educated, informed, and also entertained. And here on Africa, we try to make the world a better place in our best capabilities. And as we wind up Nini for the show, Penny, last word, what's your take on this shareholding thing? Because bado itaendelea shareholding.
My friend, shareholding what Nani Gachagua said that is very clear. Everybody will do the same thing. Nani Ruto shareholding yake ni 99%. All these people that are senior government officials, the PSS, the ministers, they were Caleb. Yeah. All the guy said was a shareholding that everybody hates him for that. But wale wote kutoka Amazon King to hao wengine wameweka sehemu ya shareholding. So there's nothing wrong. I would say shareholding forever. Na any society kama America wana hiyo Kamala Harris na Trump, wakishinda hiyo elections, Kamala Harris ataweka watu yake kutoka California mahali anatoka wengi, and they will have to, they will have to go when she goes. Na Joe Biden ameweka watu ya kwao. So there's nothing wrong, nothing wrong with shareholding. Lakini huyu alisema ukweli, and that's what the facts are always been hard to take. That's the truth. There's nothing wrong with shareholding. Now, wale watu that believes in your theories of thinking or are the people that you hire for this. But we are tribalists. Hiyo kama Ruto has hired people not because of shareholding, because of his tribe. Kimetichi, something, ndio wanakaa kwa government peke yao. Na vile you saw what the Kenyatta did. You saw what the boy before him did. At least huyu Kibaki try to balance a little bit. Ingawaje yeye hata yeye aliweka watu wengi wa Kikuyu, lakini he went elsewhere. So the only thing that he said it was factual, and the facts are not very sweet at most of the time.
And then Penny, don't you think Penny, this shareholding undermines democracy?
No, it doesn't, because if you have to have temporary, not hii kama hii ya nani Ruto anataka kufanya 7 years nini. For the 5 years about your, say for example in Kenya we want those people who believed in what he was saying about will come in there and let those people that stay. Raila, if Raila stayed out as a leader of the opposition and he won the elections, he will have to get all these people. Democracy does not mean that you have to hire people from somewhere else that don't even believe in you, that don't see anything about what you're talking about. That's democracy. No. You hire people that sees the things the same way you do, and you hire a minority, 2-3 people from the other group. Everywhere you can see. I mean, kama mimi nimekaa America for a long time. The Republican unapata kama Obama hired maybe 1 or 2 Republicans. That was it. Wote walikuwa Democrats wake, and all these people have done the same thing. The Republicans wakiingia wana hire all Republicans, but democracy continues because to a larger extent the opposition party stays where it is, talks its language, initiates its own policies, ya kwamba ikichukua ushukani itafanya hii na hile na hile, na watu wanakubali na yao, wanawapigia kura. So for example, right now we can easily predict that Kamala Harris will win, and as she has said, she will hire 2-3 Republicans in any Democrat. So you will never have a debate about democracy on that. Democracy is always there. But while democracy is the voice of all the people, from the opposition kutoka pale ile ingine to the other side. Lakini hiyo ingine mmefanya siku hizi, for example, my friend in Kenya today, that's a dictatorship. That's not a democracy. That's hao watu ya ODM kuingia kwa serikali, they have done what you call they have changed Kenya from a democracy to what Moi did, one party system.
Yeah.
and that's a dictatorship. A dictatorship has a very ugly concepts in it. Unaona vile watu wanapigwa, kina Murara wanapigwa siku hizi, kina wile kijana wa university alichapwa. All these characteristics are characteristics of a dictatorship where one person says what it is that he want to do. It's not a democracy. If you think that the democracy means having people from the other group to join you, no, no. One or two people that Ruto could have hired from the other group, that's good. Like he ameenda at the top of ODM and he has hired about 5, 6 of them and put them here and gave them very sensitive ministries. That's a dictatorship. It's simple as that.
Okay, Penny, thank you for breaking down that shareholding thing. And we have come to the end of our show. I believe Mzalendo will or maybe host another show in the morning, huku Kenyan time, because Kenyan time it's 12 a.m. So I believe we'll host another show. And Kimanzi should return with another show. So right now we should have 3 shows which are airing back to back to back to back. So wenye wanatutizama tunawashukuru sana, wenye wako diaspora tunawapenda, mnatusupport. Wenye wako huku Kenya tunawapenda, mnatusupport, and tunashukuru muongezeke hizo subscribers. We reach 2000. The goal is to grow the fan base, to educate people and enlighten them. It's not even about the money, it's about enlightening the people. So Penny, what is your last word as we conclude?
Yangu ni kwamba keep coming up with the show and elevating the arguments that you are making, which is a very good questions you are asking. The Towards the end of the year, I should be in Kenya. The kuangalia
Karibu.
what is going on, and then that's I was there in March, and I'm coming to there towards the end of the year. And it is always good to be in Kenya. Unakula chakula mzuri, hasa ukienda huko ushago, and that's
Yeah.
very very good. The food we eat in these countries is not as good. Itakuwa ni mzee sana, unanunua kwa hii, lakini ya nyumbani you go to ski the same day na unakula the same day or the next day. That's it. Chakula unatoka kwa shamba unakula that time. So you guys continue doing the good job you are doing. Na huyu Ruto, we have to go through all those. There's nothing wrong, lakini tutaona ya kwamba we get rid of him. Ingawaje we don't know when he will put the IBC in place. Ingawaje alete yoyote, sisi wengine hatutakubali ati ataiba atafanya nini nini. Let him do what he has to do. In this time, hata Umbwa will be this guy. He's as useless as they come. Thank you my friend, nimemaliza na nitarudi baadaye.
Sawa Penny, nashukuru kwa kukuja. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Sawa. The show is over to our viewers. Catch the next one with Mzalendo Uncensored, 5 a.m. in the morning Kenyan time.
Okay.
Yes.